I ain't going nowhere. I'm dwelling in the house of the Lord forever. Remember John 6? Jesus preached up a crowd, fed them, but by the end of the same chapter, the large crowd walked away. And he looked at the 12 that were left and he said, are y'all gonna leave too? And Peter said, Lord, where will we go? I'm quitting there. That's my testimony. That's why I'm sticking with Jesus. Not because sticking with Jesus means everything in life will go my way, but I just been walking with him long enough to know there ain't no better alternative than Jesus. Help me here, somebody. There's nobody. I said there's nobody like Jesus. Nobody lived before he lived like Jesus. Nobody was born like Jesus. Nobody lived like Jesus. Nobody spoke like Jesus. Nobody worked like Jesus. Nobody died like Jesus. Nobody got up like Jesus. And ain't nobody coming back like Jesus. Maybe that's why they used to say, can't nobody do me like Jesus. Nobody can do me like the Lord. Is there anybody in this room tonight that can testify that even though things don't always go the way you want them to, somebody here tonight can say, I'm satisfied with Jesus. He woke me up this morning. He started me. I'm satisfied. He keeps a roof over my head. He keeps food on my table. He keeps clothes on my back. He's able to make my enemies leave me alone. I'm satisfied with Jesus. God bless you, church. I'm in my seat when I tell you a story my daddy used to tell about two flocks of sheep that grazed in adjacent fields. One had a good shepherd. One had a bad shepherd. One was a healthy flock. The other was a sickly flock. And one of those weak lambs made it to the fence that divided the fields and collapsed there in the sun. And all of the healthy sheep on the other side of the fence came by and mocked that sickly lamb. But then the strongest lamb looked down at the weak lamb, and the weak lamb looked up and said, go ahead and talk about me. Go ahead and laugh at me. Oh, hallelujah. But the strong lamb looked down at him and said, I ain't gonna say a word about you. I just want to testify that if it wasn't for my shepherd, I'd be just like you. That's my testimony. I haven't made it this far because I've been so good. Do I have any help in the room? Anybody here know you didn't make it because you've been so holy, because you've been so just, because you've been so righteous? Somebody can testify, if it had not been for the Lord on my side, tell me, where would I be? Nobody but Jesus has brought me this far. Is that your story? Shake somebody's hand then, if you don't mind, and just look them in the eye and tell them, excuse me, but I gotta testify. Tell them God has smiled on me Come on, share it with somebody. Tell them God has smiled on me. He has set me free. God has smiled on me. He's been good. Yes, he has. Good. Good.